Welcome to the Town Board meeting of June 2nd, 2022. I'd like everyone to please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and for a moment of silence for the children and two teachers that lost their lives during the recent events in Uvalde, Texas. And unfortunately, also in the past couple of weeks, there have been over 20 mass shootings in our country, so for their families also. All right, so for our first order of business tonight, we're going to have public comment on agenda items only. So is there anybody out in the public who wishes to speak on the agenda items? Okay, thank you. So then we'll move on to administrative business, and I'll acceptance of the minutes. Can I have a motion and a second to accept the minutes, the receipt of the minutes for the meeting held May 23rd, 2022?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. Next item, approval of abstract. Desiree, could you please read abstract 11?
Yes, Abstract 11 contains vouchers 220868 to 220938 and totals $538,471.29.
Okay, thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to accept receipt of the abstract as read?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passed. Okay, next item, modification to the 2022 budget. Desiree, you want to read that?
Yes, there are three this evening. The first is for animal control by increasing A 3510.466 expenditures of donations by $48 and A 2706 animal control donations by $48. The second's for the general fund by increasing A 1320.401 Gatsby by $75, A 1920.400 municipal dues by $200, and decreasing A 1930.400 judgments and claims by $275. And the last one is for the tax collector by increasing A 1330.411 office supplies by $14 and decreasing A 1330.443 tax bills by $14.
Okay, so just to clarify, the modification for the animal control was to recognize the expenditure of donation funds. The modification to the general fund was for basic current needs, and the tax collector is done at her request to cover an over expenditure. So with that said, can I have a motion and a second to approve the modification as read?
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, motion passed. All right. Old business. Acceptance of bids for fuel oil. Number 2, Desiree, could you read the bid?
Yes, a bid opening was held on June 1st, 2022 at 10 a.m. The notice was printed in the Times Herald Record on May 9th, 2022, and we received one bid, which we usually do for this, from H. Reynolds & Sons from Central Valley, New York. They will deduct 20 cents per gallon off the current selling price, which as of the day of the bid opening was $6.499 per gallon. They will offer a capped price lock when details are available. They will not charge any sales or petroleum tax. They will supply 24-hour oil and service as per their service agreement at no additional cost. However, we use a different contractor for that, but they still provide it at no cost if we need to use them as a backup, I guess. And pursuant to their contract, there'll be no additional cost for those service contracts, which would be a savings of, for the police station, $464.94, plus $145.96 for the water heater. For the Central Valley Library, $464.94, and the animal shelter, $497.38, plus an additional 20 cents per gallon discount will be given.
All right, thank you. Can I have a motion and a second to accept and award the bid for fuel oil, number 2, to H. Reynolds & Son?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion passed. The next item is approval of auction results, sale of surplus equipment. I know that everyone's received that list. Okay, so with that, can I have a motion and second to approve the auction results for the sale of equipment discussed at the April 22nd meeting?
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
passed. New business, schedule a special meeting for engineer firms. At the beginning of the year, the board authorized the town clerk to advertise for proposals for professional engineering and attorney services. Proposals were due by March 25th. For engineering, we received 3 submissions on time and 1 after the deadline from our current engineering firm. He was late. Clerk Potvin distributed the proposals to the board on March 28th, so each member has had significant time to review it. There are some firms that are calling now, calling the clerk's office to schedule, to see if we're going to schedule interviews. So what I'm asking for is if there's a time or a date that anybody here would like to state for these interviews, or if we could just, if you'd like for me to just schedule it and then get back to everybody and let them know within the next 2 weeks. Does that work?
That's fine.
So can we do that?
Well, you have to actually set the date and the time, because it would be an official meeting of the board, even though it wouldn't be
Yes.
open to the public, because it would be a interviewing process, but it would still be a quorum of the board,
Right.
so,
If we have more than 2 people, we have to have it.
yeah.
We have to have more, we'll have more than 2. So, is there a certain day that?
Friday works best for me now that I
Friday
started
works
somewhere
best,
else.
right?
Anything after 10:30.
Okay. So, actually, we could try for next Friday. The date is?
The 10th?
The
10th?
10th. Let's schedule for Friday, the 10th, 11 a.m.
Well,
How many,
12 a.m.?
no, 11, we start at 11, but what are we going to allow per?
I was just going to say, how much time do you want me to allow per each, so I can schedule?
Why don't we
Desiree, do you
schedule
have
for
any
30 minutes?
experience with that?
What?
Do you have any experience on how long we should slot
Yeah.
a person for?
Well, I mean, it is your engineering firm. You don't use engineering services as much as the village does because of the water, sewer, and highway. But it is in your engineering firm, so you're going to want to give enough time to get to
Right.
be able to hear what their qualifications are and
Right.
explain to them what projects
Should
you.
it be an hour or should it be less than that?
I wouldn't say an hour, maybe 45 minutes,
30 to 45.
30 to 45 minutes.
Okay,
And then you'll have a couple of minutes in between. I'll book them every one on the hour, and then you'll have some time
Okay,
to
yep,
maybe
okay.
grab lunch in between one of them or to deliberate.
okay. Very good.
So I'll book one at 11, one at 12, one at 1, one at 2.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Okay?
So it'll be 6:10, starting at 11 a.m., at 45-minute increment, 1-hour increments.
Yeah.
3 interviews.
3 or 4?
4.
4, I'm sorry,
Okay.
4. All right?
You hear a motion in a second for that.
Can I get a motion? And a
I'll make a motion.
Second.
second by Tim. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay, passed. All right, next item is to schedule a public hearing, introductory local law 1, video conferencing. Maybe Joe could explain the legislative intent of the introductory law.
You got to put the button on and then wait for it to turn green. If you have that button. Jeffrey, can you help Joe with the microphone, please?
Yeah, you do for this.
Steal Tim's microphone.
I think you're on, because I can.
Nope.
Okay, so when I spoke with you the other day, Mr. Supervisor, we discussed the fact that my office is in the process of preparing a local law that would allow a board member to participate in a meeting remotely as long as there was a quorum present. So we're working on that. When we discussed it the other day, it was my understanding that the board would not be taking action tonight, but they certainly can. So the board has the option. I know I haven't actually provided the board with a draft yet, but if the board wants to, for instance, set a date for a public hearing, maybe a month from now, I can get the draft to the board. That'll give you can review it, and that'll give the clerk enough time to schedule a public hearing. So if you want to move forward on this resolution tonight, I just suggest you do it at least for 1 month from tonight.
I'll schedule it for the first meeting in July. Town board meeting in July.
That would be July 7th.
Okay. All right, that's it. Okay, so I'll take a motion and a second to schedule the public hearing to be held July 7th.
Make
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, passed. All right, now, our next item on the agenda is public comment. Before I do that, we have some seniors here tonight that are here. So if they would like to come up right now, because the next item would be public comment. If you guys would like us to sign your paperwork, we'll sign it real quick, and then you guys can go. And it should only take a couple of minutes, and then we'll let you guys enjoy the evening, and then we'll move along. All right? You guys can all come up. All right, where do you want me to sign?
Do you want us to sign your paper? Okay.
Man, you got lucky. 10 minutes.
Yeah, your friends who came up here Tuesday night, they were here forever. Yes. On what you heard? Good luck with that. Well, they had it easier because there was a lot to hear at the other meeting. No problem.
Good luck.
Hi.
I like that sweatshirt. There you go.
CJ, they should tell their friends how long they were here the other night. Right? They got off easy.
Good luck, man. Good seeing you. How you been? How you guys doing? Good? Okay, so they left, they're good? All right, so I'm going to move on to public comment. Before I go out to public comment, I have a statement that I would like to read. I have an issue that was brought, that was raised at the village board meeting, and I'm glad to see tonight we're here with representation from the village board, which is a good sign for us, a sign of unity, so that's a positive thing. So at the village board meeting held earlier this week regarding Hadley Farm Road, the matter of the road connection came to my attention just yesterday. I immediately made a site visit and informed Attorney McKay and Engineer Fusco about the matter. I also spoke to the village building inspector, who advised me that they are aware of the situation and would be taking appropriate enforcement action. The situation will be reviewed by the town attorney and engineer to determine the town board's options concerning the connection road. I want to assure all parties involved that the situation is not being ignored. The town board will work with the village board and the building inspector to address the matter. Because this is a potential legal issue, it would not be appropriate to discuss any further. Does anybody have a comment they'd like to make regarding that? Straight up.
I don't think that. Jeffrey, can you turn that microphone on, please?
Is there a green light on top?
Good.
Joe's is working now.
I'll exchange you.
There you go.
Sorry, good evening. My name is Melissa Jackson. I live at 48 Hadley Farms with my fiance, Nikhil. I'm not sure if you, I'm here as a newer resident. Congratulations to all of you guys for representing the town. I'm here to help, but tonight I'm also here to just raise some concerns, and I'm not sure what you guys are aware of, what you're not aware of. I'm not sure if you've been up to Hadley Farm property, what's going on at 47 Hadley Farm Road. So excuse me if I'm repeating anything, repeating any concerns. Largely what's been happening up there is that for the past few years, they've been applying for a commercial residency, AKA shul mikvah, which again is fine. Currently, that has not been approved by the village for zoning or planning, all of the other things that, are involved. Currently, the situation, Hadley Farm is a private road, and it's turned into a full-on raceway. head-on collisions almost every day. Rose Lawn, people trying to, that are driving on Rose Lawn are almost getting hit because people aren't stopping. I now have drainage issues because drain pipes, which, excuse my language, I do not know if it's called a drainage pipe. I'm not a water specialist, but where WP3 and Hadley Farm and my home connect, and also 74 Southfield Falls is also having drainage problems because the past year they first made a path which connected over the town's forever green space, which is not supposed to be used in any way, shape, or form. So that was one issue. And so we now have the drainage. Cut to Memorial Day weekend, I turn around and I see asphalt trucks dumping. I see trees being cut down. I see fences being sawed off in wetland areas. Now, cut to today. I see cars zooming past. I see kids. So what happens when there's a head-on collision on town property? What's going to happen? Who's responsible? What's going to happen in the winter when they're racing down, sliding off the way, rolling onto my driveway? Who's responsible? Who's responsible for these kids? I mean, nobody knows what's going on up there because it's supposed to be a long private road. And it was never supposed to be accessed as a commercial road. It's not a two-way street. It is being used as a two-way street. I now drive with my emergency flashers, my brights on at night, honking the horn to get down the driveway. Nikhil and I no longer have the Mini Cooper. We now have our truck to take our garbage down because we can no longer take our garbage down because we'll probably get hit. I'm concerned because there's no zoning, there's no plans. I have a good relationship with George Kaufman and all the gentlemen involved over there. We've had a good neighborly, open communication. I have met Mr. Burke prior to his election. We did have a communication going, but recently there's been zero communication up to suddenly there's this road. Maury, who's in charge of that property over there, notified me. He's like, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be 80% less traffic up Hadley Farm Road. Well, that's fabulous, but where's the permits? Where's the planning board approval? Where's the zoning? And earlier in the summer, prior when Mr. Burke was a deputy, I said, I'm not negotiating with people that are running an illegal property. When it's legal and when everything is above board, I'm happy to negotiate. I'm happy to make this work, but mainly the safety of our community, the wellness of our water. They've built, I don't know, because I should not say that. I do not know. I know that they were rebuilding a well. I do not know if that was approved. I know no plans have been approved, but they've gone ahead and now it's affecting the whole community. And I don't know. I got wind today that you want Hadley Farm Road condemned. For what? It doesn't make any sense. Like, I thought we had a good relationship. I have a good relationship with the gentleman, and now suddenly everything is secret. I'm a very, very open and very nice and considerate neighbor, and to suddenly all this happening on Sunday and Monday and Memorial Day, blowing through wetlands. I mean, don't you have to have permits? Don't you have planning? Don't you have to have a public hearing? I'm being neutral. I invite all of you guys up to the property to come and see for yourself what's going on. We have major water and drainage issues. We have major safety issues. And it was my understanding that a forever green space means forever green space. No matter who owns the road, no matter who owns the property, no matter who's supervisor, mayor, it's for the community, because what they're doing now, this is not neighborly, it's going to just spread like wildflower through the community. I just want to live peacefully in this amazing town. I don't want to complain. I haven't complained for years. I've allowed them, it's just like, okay, you do your thing, but this has reached a tipping point, and it's unlawful, and it's not fair to the citizens. I thought I lived in a democracy. This is not democracy. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments.
Oops, let me turn.
No, leave it on, because other people will need to use it. Yeah, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else with any comments?
So, hi, I'm Alon Luding. I'm on the library board, and I just wanted to give everybody just some updates about what's been happening at the library. So, yesterday we began our Butterfly Month at Central Valley Branch with a lot of kid and teen programs. Residents are all invited to come and view our butterfly habitat, and we're predicting that the butterflies will be emerging the week of June 20th. And we will post on Facebook and on our website when they're ready to be released. In the meantime, we have the Butterfly Man Presents Habits and Habitats on Monday, June 13th at 4:30 at the Senior Center, so people can come and learn more about butterflies. And then we're going to be planting a butterfly garden behind the Central Valley Library on Friday, June 17th at 4:30, and we invite all to come and join us. Some upcoming events are the Chess Club on Wednesday, June 8th at 4:30 at the Central Valley Library, and a Crafty Kid Celebrate Dad and Teen Craft Butterfly Craft on Wednesday, June 15th from 2:30 to 7:30 at the Central Valley Library. And also, we encourage everyone to check online at our calendar to see programs including our preschool programs and that are in person and online. And finally, we encourage everyone to follow us on Facebook to learn about our summer reading program this year. It's called Oceans of Possibilities, and that will begin on Tuesday, June 28th at 6 o'clock at the Res with a special STEAM program entitled Pirates Lost at Sea. That's it.
Alon, thank you very much. I just want to add that yesterday at 4:30, I was at the Central Valley Library, and I saw the butterfly exhibit, and I saw there was 3 or 4 children that were there, and I saw that what they were drawing. It was really nice. That was great. Well, no question. Good. It was very nice. Okay. Do we have any other comments? Go right up. Go ahead. Hold on, CJ. Please let them.
Uh-oh, they're late.
I'm sorry, excuse me. I just have one more comment I wanted to add. So I've spoken with the construction workers that were working there, and they did tell me that they did get the permission from the town to do this, and they also said that they will be continuing on Hadley Farm Road, whether we like it or not. It's happening.
I'm sorry. You're saying that you spoke to workers, and they said that the town gave them permission?
They did. And also,
who did
the
they speak
neighbor
to?
at 74 Southfield Falls, an Hasidic woman, I think her name is Baruka. She said that the town, they had worked out a deal with the town. And that, I mean, and this is all new knowledge the last couple of days over Memorial Day weekend.
But
Town doesn't have authorization.
we don't have the authorization, and
Of course they don't
do you
have
have the name? Did they say who they spoke with?
We took pictures of the
Individuals that they were speaking with?
We took pictures of the trucks that were doing the work, and the gentleman even said, "I'm sorry, my hands are dirty. I have to feed my family." He knew what he was doing was wrong. He knew cutting down a fence on a wetland was wrong.
Okay. Well, you heard my comments earlier, when I was made aware of it.
But my concern is that I go away for a week to shoot or a month, and I'm going to come back, and Hadley Farm and some of my property is going to be, because these people are coming with their bulldozers at any time. Sundays and Mondays. Sundays is the main day because nobody's reachable on a Sunday.
Right.
So I don't
They
want to
do
come
it on
home.
Saturdays 'cause,
Yes, exactly. And it's not going to happen on a Saturday. But my concern is that everybody's doing whatever they want to do, period. And you know that.
But Ms. Jackson, you have forwarded this information. You've forwarded to the building department, right, in the past, continually? You've let them know?
Well, the road just happened 3 days ago.
I'm
so-
talking about the history. You also spoke today about the history, the last 2
Correct.
years, right?
Yes.
All this information you have forwarded on a pretty much a regular basis.
Absolutely.
You and I have had plenty of conversations on Hadley Farm Road.
Right, until
Now-
you forgot to start leaving me out of meetings, and that's when the contention started happening between everybody.
When what?
You started to forget to invite me to meetings.
You need a personal invite? It's posted. You're a member of the community, right?
No, personal
Yeah,
meetings that
no.
were taking place at the top of the rock with the gentleman across the
Mr.
street.
Burke,
I
you
didn't
were
have
having private
these-
meetings with members
these
of the Victual
private-
community.
no, wait a
And
minute.
you were asking us if we wanted to attend.
I-
And then one day we
Nikhil,
showed up
let me finish
at
speaking.
our house and you were having a private meeting with members of the shul and you had forgotten to invite us to a meeting that was about our property.
I was asked by someone to go up there, and that's why I have a conversation. If you were there, I looked to see if your car's there. I knocked on your door to see if you were there. That was only one time. Today,
Tom, I
today,
have
wait a minute.
text
We could,
messages.
let me fit. I have never cut you off. Now I'm speaking. I will speak, then you will speak, and we'll have a great conversation. Today, I spoke with the building inspector. He went up to your to the road because I asked him to go up there. He said he would. I said to him, look at the road, the Hadley Farm Road also, the condition after this past winter. He said he would. I did not say or use the word condemn. I did not say the road is in poor condition. I said, you are the building inspector, you're the expert, I'm not. Please go up and look at it, and he did.
I'd just like to ask you one question, sir. In your opening statement, you mentioned that there may be a legal issue, and so you didn't
Yes.
want to comment further. Would you care to elaborate on whether the legal issue is a legal issue involving yourself?
No, but I'm not going to comment on anything that could be a potential legal issue at this time.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you. All right, CJ, you said you looked like you wanted to get up.
All right, good evening. Chris Graziano, Highland Mills. I'm here as both representing the village as a trustee and myself as a citizen of Woodbury. When the Jacksons came to our meeting the other night, you know, there was some really egregious and really terrible accusations put out there. So we had people go up and look at the property, and I just want to thank you guys to partner with us because we are going to, and I've already requested this of the mayor, and we are going to go after everything and everyone that has done this with every legal ounce of power we have as the village. I'm telling you that, and I promise everybody in this room that we are going to support the law 100%. We are here to represent everybody, but you don't get to build roads out of nowhere. You don't get to cut down wetlands. You don't get to move and build on forever green space. We have worked so hard as a group to put forward land preservation committees, work with both Senator Skoufis and Assemblyman Schmidt trying to get land preservation legislation passed in the state level to preserve some of the open and green space that we have here in Woodbury. That's been something that has been near and dear to our heart since we've been in office, and we've worked really hard at it. We are not going to allow that to go to waste. We're just not. And I'm glad I can stand up here today because I couldn't with past boards and ask for that partnership, and I'm asking for that partnership from you guys now because there's some town-owned land up there. Together, village, town, we have to work together to make sure all laws are followed, things are put back, and what I'm calling for publicly is anything that's been cut down, anything that's been erected wrongly and without plan will be pulled out and put back to its natural state. And that's what I've asked my building department to do, and I've asked the mayor to do, is go after that with the full volume of the law that we have and make sure that happens. So I want to thank you for coming with us and partnering with us on this because this is what we need to do as a municipality, is work together in order to make sure we preserve some of those green spaces so people who have young children have green spaces for them when they become our age and take over and make it sustainable for everybody going forward. So I want to thank you for that, and I look forward to working together to solve this issue.
Well, CJ, before you sit down, I just want to say that the reason why I made the statements prior to this to show that this board is not looking doesn't need to partner because we're already there. And you can be rest assured, as you just said, that we collectively are going to do that. And I would hope, moving forward, that the building department will react accordingly. Also, on the other end of what's been going on the past 2 years, there have been violations, there have been stop work orders, and we want to see that enforcement along with the open green space and everything, and that's why we collectively are working together. And I want to thank you for coming up and sharing your thoughts also and agreeing with what we all are agreeing on. Thank you. Anyone else?
Brandon Calori. I'm here as the Parks Committee Chairman to give my bi-monthly plugs for our events coming up. We have the First Responders Day on June 25th. We're doing a 5K to raise money. Registration starts at 8. The race starts at 9. It's walk, run, whatever you want, skip, jump, doesn't matter. Just have fun, participate. We have our first annual Olympics, which will coincide with Kids Day on July 9th. We have a bunch of events planned for that. Those two events are moving along very smoothly. And as always, I want to thank Joey, the Parks Department, Buildings and Grounds, and the Beautification Committee for all their help pulling all this stuff together. It does take a village to get this stuff done. We had the Chalk Month is our monthly theme up there. We've had several submissions. Everything's going very well, and you know, that's it. Our meetings are every third Tuesday of the month, 7 o'clock, Town Hall. Please come by and say hi.
Thank you, Brandon. Anyone else? Okay. All right. So with that said, I'll move on to board member and department comments. Councilman Finnegan.
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Nothing tonight? Okay. Councilwoman Luciani.
So I just want to thank Phil Morello for doing the Memorial Day Parade. You know, it was 3 miles. It was a beautiful day. It was nice to see lots of residents along the road, you know, and remembering what this day is about. So I just thought it was a beautiful sight. And I also want to take what you had said with the Pledge of Allegiance. You know, as a mom, it's heartbreaking to see what's happening right now with the school shootings and any kind of shootings. And, you know, I just hope with everything, even being here tonight and listening to our residents, you know, that we could all come together as one and realize that we need to work together. We need to do better for each other. We need to do better for our community. It like literally makes me so sad to see, you know, all these things happening, and it's, you know, lack of communication, and, you know, we need to do better for us. So, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Councilman Etzel.
Yes, I just want to say I did go up to Hadley Farm Road today, and it was a disgrace, what they did up there and how they plowed through everything, and hopefully we can rectify it quickly.
Joe McKay, you have anything tonight?
No comments.
No comments. Joey, with the parks or anything?
Yes, absolutely. A couple updates. As everybody knows, the res is open. We're open 12 to 6 until the end of June. When school opens, we'll be open 12 to 8. As you know, we're building a new pool, and that's going along very smoothly. Our projected date is July 4th. July 4th. Everything is coming along. The mushrooms are starting to go in. The slide is in. Next week, the water's going to go in. So everything is on schedule. We have a meeting set, I think, for June 9th next week to just make sure the schedule's there. Buildings and Grounds is fixing up the whole place for new electricity, ceiling fans, changing rooms, new bathrooms. So there's going to be a lot of new things there. And I hope July 4th we're there, and I think people will be waiting online to get to the pool. And I'm sure the kids will be waiting online to go up on the slide. So other than that, you know, we're around town, you know, we're mowing grass, we're doing what we got to do, taking care of things. New fences going in at the senior center for the garden. Hopefully that'll be done by the end of the week so they can plant their garden and the deer can't jump over and eat all their stuff that they plant. What else I got? There is a new awning going to be going up at the senior center. We just sent the PO down to the guy. So probably 2 or 3 weeks, you'll see a new awning at the senior center. Oh, sorry, in the senior center. I don't know, anything else? Anybody have anything, any questions?
Nope, Joe, I think everything at the park is looking great. I know that there's a quick fix being done to the pickleball court. There was some concern, if you want to just elaborate a little bit about that, but
The pickleball court is done. People are playing. There was a little mix-up on the lines, so the guy's going to take care of that ASAP. Then it'll be perfect, but you can still play on it. And I think over the weekend, all weekend long, people playing pickleball. So it is a big success. It's a little bit easier on the knees. It's just a little bit easier when you get a little older. But it's up there.
thanks, Joe. I know, Maria, you're here from the beautification, if you'd like to say anything.
Thank you, Supervisor Burke. On behalf of the Beautification Committee, decorations with plantings, flags, and et cetera, it would have been done without the help of Robert Anzalone, Diane Marone, Marty Nass, Justin Hunter, Bob Hunter, Buildings and Grounds, and the Highway Department. I want to thank Joey for getting the grounds all taken care of, mowed, mulch put out. It was a collaboration amongst all volunteers to get this done for the Memorial Day Parade. And I just want to clarify, the parade committee consists of numerous people. First and foremost, it's Phil and Rosemary Morello, who've been doing this for over 35 years. And as most of you know, I've been added onto the committee, I've been helping for the last 2 years. Come next year, as Phil put it so eloquently in the booklet, he's handing the baton over to me to be chairperson, which is a super honor for me to be taking on this thing. As most of you know, I've said it before, my father was a Marine, raising 5 kids. He instilled in us what it is to honor, remember, and keep everyone in our thoughts who've served, still serving, and who gave up the ultimate price to have us a freedom. Also in the parade committee, besides Phil, Rosemary, and myself, you have Ken Smith, Bob Cotter, Jerry DeSisto, Ralph Caruso, and Bob Hunter. And also I have to mention Justin Hunter. Without his help, his strength, and being a youngster amongst all of us to do the heavy lifting for all of us, this parade went off well. It was a collaboration of all of us members on this parade committee. As you all know, Phil is going to be stepping down, and come next year, there will be a great honor and a big parade in honor for him. So I'm looking forward to next year. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. Without a doubt, Phil Morello did an outstanding job for us for all these years. I remember when I was a young boy, I've known him most of my whole life. He's a terrific person. So the Memorial Day Parade was just an outstanding event. Desiree, would you like to add anything tonight?
I mean, I can say, this is the last I'm going to say because I know you're all tired of hearing it, but if you vote at the St. Patrick's Church, I just want to keep saying it because I know I'm going to get calls on Election Day, so I can say, if you watched your meetings and participated, if you vote at the St. Patrick's Gymnasium for the June 28th primary only, which a couple days ago I said was just governor's race, but I believe there's a sheriff primary as well. You will be voting, there is, right? You will be voting at the Senior Center just for the June 28th election. In August, if there's a primary then, which hasn't been determined yet, and in November, you will be back at the church gymnasium, unless something happens that we're not aware of at this time. But they have Vacation Bible School, so that's why you're not there for June 28th. You can always call the office, we'll tell you where you vote. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you. I just have a few comments tonight. The first I want to start with is the courthouse. There's been a tremendous amount of renovations done to our courthouse. We just received our final reimbursement of $117,070.45 from the $300,000 grant. Between the grant that and the contractor that we had upstate and our buildings and grounds, the work that's been done there has just been tremendous, and I'm really excited that the public will see really basically a brand new courthouse. We're putting the final touches on it. The courthouse is going to be named after the honorary Judge Edward Kellman. So we'll have a ceremony on his behalf. He does have a daughter that's in Connecticut. We're going to invite her, and we'll have that scheduled hopefully within the next 3 or 4 weeks. So we're pretty excited about that. And The other things I'd like to add also is that I'd like to give these quarterly updates on our finances. I do work with Eileen Sutherland in the office, so I'll just give a quick highlight. The mortgage tax report for April shows we're going to receive over $48,000. The total for January through April is $198,000. We're budgeted for $400,000, so we're on schedule. And today we received an email showing the mortgage tax for May is going to be almost $76,000. So we're now expecting to receive $274,356 for January through May. So those are good numbers. The B fund, our police revenue for sales tax, was received on 4/22 in the amount of $281,000, which is $56,000 more than the first quarter of '21. So things are looking up for us right now. The 2022 budget calls for $900,000, so we have received 31% of the budgeted amount. We're slightly ahead of the budget on this revenue, since 25% would have us on track. However, the revenue usually comes in higher in the last 3 quarters of the year, so I'm expecting that if things stay the same, we're going to be in great shape. So that's my update for that, for tonight, and I think that's enough for tonight. So with no other items to discuss, I'll take a motion in a second to adjourn.
Make
I'll
motion.
All right, Tyler and Kate, seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All right, we're going to now go into attorney-client session. And I thank everybody for coming, and good night. Melissa?
We'll work on it.
Thank you.